Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the challenges in your life and wondered if they were just random misfortunes? Or could they be signs of something much greater at work? What if, instead of being punishments, the difficulties you face are actually part of Allah's divine plan to remove negativity from your life, cleanse your heart, and guide you closer to Him? In times of hardship, it's easy to feel lost, but we must remember that Allah's wisdom surpasses our understanding. He may be guiding us through trials to lead us toward peace, growth, and blessings. Sometimes what we perceive as negative experiences are actually the beginning of a profound transformation. Allah, in His infinite mercy, works behind the scenes to clear obstacles and remove harmful influences from our lives. These trials, though painful, are His way of purifying our souls, drawing us nearer to Him, and preparing us for a greater purpose. Just as Allah promises in the Quran, "Do not kill yourselves. Indeed, Allah is ever merciful to you." Quran 4:29, reminding us that even in hardship there is mercy and a divine purpose. In this video, we're going to explore 3 signs that Allah is actively removing negativity from your life. These signs might not always be immediately apparent, but once you recognize them, you will gain a sense of reassurance and peace. You will see that your struggles aren't just obstacles, but rather opportunities for spiritual growth, strength, and renewal. Have you noticed a pattern where things seem to fall into place after a difficult period? Or maybe certain negative influences have suddenly disappeared from your life. Allah is at work, guiding you toward a life of tranquility. Stay tuned, because by understanding these signs, you will not only transform how you perceive life's challenges, but you'll also draw closer to Allah's wisdom and mercy. You might just realize that the very things you've been struggling with are part of a much bigger, beautiful plan, one that's leading you toward blessings and divine peace. Sign 1. You feel increased patience and calmness. When Allah begins to remove negativity from your life, one of the first and most profound signs is an inner transformation, a sense of patience and calmness that emerges in situations where frustration and anxiety once reigned. Life's challenges are inevitable, from minor inconveniences to major trials, and our natural response is often stress, irritation, or even despair. However, when Allah intervenes, He grants your heart a unique tranquility, a strength to endure these tests with grace and composure. Patience, or sabr, is more than just waiting for relief. It is a profound act of faith. It means placing your trust entirely in Allah's wisdom, recognizing that every hardship serves a divine purpose. Often, negativity persists in our lives because we are caught up in a cycle of seeking immediate solutions, quick fixes to our problems, relief without struggle. But Allah, in His infinite mercy, uses these moments to teach us resilience, humility, and trust. When He begins to remove negativity, your mindset shifts. You stop fixating on the struggles and start seeing them as steps in His greater plan, trusting that every delay and obstacle has meaning. You may notice a significant change in how you respond to difficulties. Take, for example, a stressful situation at work or school where deadlines loom large. In the past, you might have felt panicked, overwhelmed, or even hopeless. But now, even if the challenge remains, you find yourself pausing, taking a deep breath, and moving forward with a steady heart. This newfound peace isn't coincidental. It's Allah's gift, a sign that He is protecting your soul from the weight of negativity. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, it is difficult except for the humble." Quran 2:45. This verse underscores the connection between patience and faith. When you choose patience, you are demonstrating your reliance on Allah even when the path ahead is unclear. You are surrendering your worries to Him, acknowledging that He knows what's best for you. even when you don't understand it yet. This act of worship invites Allah's mercy into your life, and that mercy begins to heal the wounds caused by negativity, replacing them with hope and strength. This inner calmness often becomes evident in your daily interactions. Perhaps you once reacted impulsively to criticism or grew easily agitated when things didn't go your way. But now, you find yourself responding thoughtfully, with kindness and understanding, even in difficult situations. This transformation is no accident. It is Allah purifying your heart, removing the anger, frustration, and negativity that previously held you captive. Your patience is not merely self-discipline, it is a divine shield against negativity. Of course, patience is often cultivated through trials. You may face delays, rejections, or challenges that seem insurmountable. But each test is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Amazing is the affair of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter. If he is afflicted with a hardship, he is patient, and that is good for him." Sahih Muslim 2999. Through every hardship you endure with patience, you strengthen your connection to Allah. Each moment of endurance builds a layer of protection around your heart, shielding it from negativity's grip. This growth, though sometimes painful, is a powerful sign that Allah is working within you. To nurture this sign, make it a daily habit to turn to Allah in times of stress or difficulty. Speak to Him through dua, pouring out your heart and asking for the gift of patience. Remember, Allah hears every plea, even those whispered in your quiet moments of doubt. He is near, guiding you through every storm and granting you a peace that surpasses understanding. When you feel this increased patience and calmness, know that it is not a random personality change. It is a divine intervention. Allah is actively transforming your heart, allowing you to face life's challenges with humility, grace, and an unshakable trust in His wisdom. This patience is not only a sign of negativity being removed from your life, but also a powerful tool to navigate the future, armed with faith and resilience. Sign 2. Toxic relationships are removed from your life. One of the clearest signs that Allah is removing negativity from your life is when He distances you from toxic relationships or harmful influences. These are the relationships that, knowingly or unknowingly, drain your energy, distract you from your connection with Allah, and fill your life with stress, confusion, or even sin. When such relationships fade away or end abruptly, it is not a random occurrence. It is Allah's divine mercy working to shield you and guide you toward peace and spiritual clarity. In life, we often form bonds with people, friends, colleagues, or even family members that seem meaningful and beneficial at first. Over time, however, some of these relationships turn toxic. They might involve people who constantly criticize you, making you doubt your self-worth, or those who encourage you to stray from Allah's guidance by prioritizing worldly desires or engaging in sinful actions. Some relationships may be manipulative, where one party takes much more than they give, leaving you emotionally and spiritually depleted. These connections, whether we realize it or not, become sources of negativity that weigh heavily on your heart and soul. When Allah decides to purify your life, one of His first actions is to remove these harmful influences. This process is often painful, especially when it involves people you once cared for deeply. You may feel confused, heartbroken, or even betrayed when a friendship ends or a loved one becomes distant. However, Allah sees what you cannot. He knows the unseen truths of every relationship, including how it might be damaging to your spiritual journey. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "And keep yourself patient by being with those who call upon their Lord in the morning and the evening, seeking His countenance. And do not let your eyes pass beyond them, desiring the adornments of the worldly life. And do not obey one whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, and who follows his desire, and whose affair is ever excessive." Quran 18-28. This verse emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with those who sincerely seek Allah and avoiding those who pull you away from Him. Toxic relationships often prevent us from living out this command. They might steer us toward worldly temptations, weaken our faith, or make us feel unworthy of Allah's love. When Allah removes such relationships, He is creating space in your life for better companions, those who will uplift you, remind you of Allah, and encourage you to walk the path of righteousness. Consider a scenario where a close friendship begins to drift apart. Initially, you might feel hurt or abandoned, but over time you realize that this person was subtly influencing you to neglect your salah, engage in gossip, or prioritize material success over your spiritual goals. By ending this relationship, Allah has protected you from harm you might not have even recognized. Gradually, He replaces this loss with individuals who inspire you to strengthen your faith, who remind you of your purpose, and who bring true positivity and support into your life. The removal of toxic relationships is also an opportunity for self-reflection. It allows you to ask, am I prioritizing relationships that draw me closer to Allah, or am I holding on to connections that weaken my faith? This is a chance to realign your heart and be mindful of the company you keep. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A man is upon the religion of his closest friend, so let one of you look at whom he befriends." Tirmidhi 2378. This hadith highlights the profound impact of the people around us. By removing toxic influences, Allah not only protects you, but also teaches you to value and nurture relationships that are built on sincerity, faith, and mutual encouragement toward good. Trusting this process requires patience and reliance on Allah. In the moment, the loss of a relationship might feel confusing or even unfair, but as time passes, you begin to notice the weight lifted from your shoulders. You feel less burdened, more focused, and more at peace. Toxic relationships, whether subtle or overt, are often obstacles that prevent you from fully embracing Allah's guidance. When He removes them, it is an act of divine love, steering you toward a better version of yourself and a stronger connection with Him. If you find yourself experiencing this, know that it is a sign of Allah's intervention. He is purifying your life, protecting your heart, and leading you toward companions who will uplift you, not pull you down. Thank Allah for this gift, even if it doesn't feel like one at first. Trust that He is always working in your favor, removing negativity so you can thrive in the light of His guidance. Sign 3. You are drawn closer to Allah through worship. One of the most profound and unmistakable signs that Allah is removing negativity from your life is when you feel a renewed connection with Him through acts of worship. This shift is not just a change in your routine, but a deep transformation of the heart. Negativity often stems from a disconnection between the soul and its Creator. When Allah begins to cleanse your life, He draws you back to Him, allowing worship to become a source of unparalleled comfort, peace, and joy. This journey back to Allah is not accidental. It is His divine plan to remove darkness from your life and replace it with His light. This process often begins in small but meaningful ways. Perhaps you suddenly feel an urge to wake up for Fajr, a prayer that may have once felt difficult to prioritize. Or maybe you find yourself drawn to reciting the Quran, and as you read, its verses seem to speak directly to your heart, offering clarity and guidance you didn't even know you needed. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are deliberate signs of Allah's mercy and intervention. Allah is softening your heart, filling it with His remembrance, and guiding you back to the path of righteousness. The Quran reminds us, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Quran 13:11. This verse underscores that the transformation begins within. When Allah decides to remove negativity from your life, He inspires you to turn to Him, to seek Him more earnestly, and to find solace in worship. Acts of worship such as salah, dua, and reading the Quran become more than obligations. They become lifelines that cleanse your heart, strengthen your soul, and shield you from the negativity of the world. For instance, consider the simple yet profound act of dua. When you raise your hands in supplication, pouring out your fears, hopes, and struggles to Allah, you begin to feel an immediate sense of relief. This act of surrender is a powerful way Allah removes negativity from your heart, replacing it with hope and trust in His plan. Suddenly, the burdens that once felt insurmountable start to feel lighter, not because the challenges have disappeared, but because you now carry them with the assurance that Allah is in control. This closeness to Allah often deepens through trials and hardships. It may seem paradoxical, but some of the most spiritually transformative moments occur during life's greatest challenges. These trials push you to turn to Allah with sincerity, seeking His help and guidance in ways you might not have before. The pain that initially feels overwhelming begins to transform into a source of strength as you realize that even in difficulty there is immense mercy. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The greatest reward comes with the greatest trial. When Allah loves a people, He tests them. Whoever accepts that wins His pleasure." Tirmidhi 2396. This hadith highlights a profound truth. Hardships are not meant to destroy you, but to refine you, to draw you closer to Allah and to strengthen your faith. Through every prostration, every whispered dua, and every heartfelt recitation of the Quran, Allah removes the darkness in your life and replaces it with His light. As this renewed connection to Allah grows, it brings clarity and purpose to your life. Negativity often clouds your heart, making it difficult to distinguish between what truly matters and what is fleeting. But as you draw nearer to Allah, your priorities begin to align with His guidance. The things that once caused you stress, such as chasing worldly success, worrying about the opinions of others, or clinging to material possessions, start to lose their power over you. Instead, your heart becomes focused on pleasing Allah and seeking His eternal reward in the hereafter. This transformation is also evident in the peace you feel during acts of worship. When negativity weighs heavily on your heart, even salah or reciting the Quran can feel burdensome. But as Allah removes that negativity, these same acts become sources of immense comfort. Imagine lingering in sujood, feeling as though the entire weight of the world is lifted as you pour your heart out to Allah. Or envision reciting the Quran with tears streaming down your face, overwhelmed by the beauty of its words and the wisdom they impart. The Quran speaks of this profound connection. "And establish prayer for my remembrance." Quran 20:14. Through worship, Allah brings peace to the restless heart, clarity to the confused mind, and light to the darkened soul. This renewed connection is not just about fulfilling religious obligations. It is a divine gift that strengthens your faith, purifies your heart, and fills your life with hope and purpose. Another sign of this closeness is the growing reliance on Allah in every aspect of life. As you feel drawn to Him, you begin to trust His plan more deeply. You stop worrying about things beyond your control, knowing that Allah's wisdom is perfect. This trust transforms your outlook on life, allowing you to approach challenges with patience and gratitude. Even setbacks and delays no longer feel like failures. Instead, they become opportunities to grow closer to Allah and to witness His plan unfolding in ways you could never have imagined. Being drawn closer to Allah through worship is one of the clearest signs that He is removing negativity from your life. It is His way of reminding you that true peace and happiness are found in His remembrance. Cherish this gift by continuing to seek Him, trust His plan, and embrace every act of worship as a step closer to His mercy and love. Through this journey, you will not only find relief from negativity, but also discover the unshakable strength that comes from being anchored in faith. Dear brothers and sisters, isn't it truly awe-inspiring to witness how Allah's mercy manifests in our lives, even during the most challenging times? Life's trials can feel overwhelming, but when we pause to reflect, we realize that Allah's wisdom and love are woven into every difficulty we face. The signs we discussed today, finding a newfound sense of patience, being freed from toxic relationships, or experiencing a deeper connection to Allah, are not mere coincidences. They are divine interventions, gentle reminders from Allah that His plan for us is always for our ultimate good, even if we cannot fully comprehend it in the moment. Each of these signs is a testament to Allah's boundless care and mercy. He purifies our hearts, clears our paths of negativity, and draws us closer to Him, guiding us toward peace and blessings. These moments of transformation remind us that Allah never leaves us alone in our struggles. His wisdom is perfect, and His love for us is infinite. Reflecting on these signs helps us to see life's challenges not as setbacks, but as opportunities for growth, renewal, and a deeper connection to our Creator. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time to reflect on these beautiful signs of Allah's mercy and guidance. Your presence here is a blessing, and I pray that this message has touched your heart, inspiring you to see Allah's wisdom at work in your own life. Every like, comment, and share helps us spread this message of hope and faith to others who may need it, so please don't hesitate to engage with us. Share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. As we conclude, I leave you with a heartfelt prayer. May Allah envelop you in His endless mercy, illuminate your life with His light, and guide your steps toward peace and success in both this world and the hereafter. Whatever you are going through, know that Allah is always with you, loving you, guiding you, and preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Never lose hope in His mercy, for He is Al-Wadud, the most loving, and Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. Until we meet again, may Allah bless you abundantly, protect you from harm, and fill your heart with unwavering faith. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.